That's Recycled Records here in Reno, Nevada. I was just in there picking up some stuff, and look who I ran into. Oh yeah, it's JT.
Oh yeah.
You know that dude. Let's see what we got. Greetings, y'all. I still am missing a tooth because I came here to JT's and I was going to steal some of his records and he punched me in the mouth. So now I've got another tooth missing. Anyways, here we are. We're at the mansion, the JT Archives.
The record room.
The record room. With more records than we know what to do with. Every nook and cranny. He showed me his whole collection before. Every nook and cranny in this house has got records. I can't believe his wife has not thrown them all in the trash. Anyways, you guys all know him, JT.
Hey,
thank you for having me here. We went to Recycled Records over in Reno, Nevada. I'm up here. Drove up from Los Angeles to hang out and go to the store. It's a really good store. A lot of used records. They had tons of used CDs.
Yeah, they specialize in used vinyl, used CDs, but they have new CDs and new vinyl as well.
The owners are really good. You know them very well.
Forever. The store's been since 1978.
And they've been in a couple of different locations.
About 4 locations.
And how do you know how long they've been at this location?
They just moved.
Okay.
This is the new location over on Kitsky Lane.
It's
near Peckham.
It's a big store, very spacious, like lots of room. And they also had like a section in the back, like a dollar area for like UCDs, vinyl, 45s, and movies. I found a few things there. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really cool store. I really liked it. I'm glad I got a chance to go through that stuff. So we're going to dig in now and just see what we picked up today at Recycled Records.
So the first record that I picked up is Cactus. Of course, Carmen Appice is on here. You got Tim Bogert, Rusty Day, Jim McCartney. This is, the super group, and I've been looking for this album for a long time. There we go, Cactus in the Shrink. Yeah, I'm loving this.
What tunes on here would people? I know the name Cactus. I know the name of the band. I know some of those people you mentioned, but I don't know. What tunes would I know?
Cactus are blues rock, but early 70s. They do a great cover of Parchment Farm, which Mose Allison, of course, made that song very, very famous. Yeah, that's it. I mean, the whole album plays great.
Did you have this on CD or anything?
I have this on CD, but I've wanted this on vinyl a long time. And there's the band. And these stickers come off really easy. Really, really easy. They're very particular about that. They don't want to.
Is that an old price tag from a different record store?
Yeah, this is an old sticker from an old store. I don't know what it is, but the vinyl is at least VG++ to near mint minus.
1989, we got Duran Duran Decade. This is their first best of. They've put out at least 1 or 2 other ones after this. I like Duran. I didn't like Duran Duran in the 80s so much. Like back then we all was like, that's a girls band or whatever. But like you get older and you get a little wiser and you realize like, oh, they were actually a really good band.
A great band.
Yeah, And I have a couple of their records on CD. And I don't even know that I needed this because I probably have a handful of the songs that are on here. But I found this in the dollar bin. It was $1, and I just decided to grab it for the couple of tracks that are on here that I don't have the like full album of. And I'm not sure this one. I'm not sure if some of the songs on here, they might be like remixes and stuff. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they're remixes. It's not one of their best, but there is some good material on that.
Yeah, I mean, the hits are on here. Damn, they're not even listed on the back. The hits are on here. Like I said, there's 14 songs on here. Probably half of them I have, because I have Rio and I have 7 and the Ragged Tiger. So, like half of this album is probably that. But some of those other ones, later ones and stuff, Notorious, I don't have those. But, I mean, it's a decent collection. I know they have a couple other ones that are probably a little more complete. But, again, $1. I mean...
Yeah. Here's a band from Surrey in England, and they were pretty much pub rock, and morphed right into 1978, 1977 into punk rock, and that's Stranglers. Really nice to have this. This is on the white, black and white vinyl. I'll just show you just real quick. Yeah, this is really, really nice.
I think you showed me that, but I forgot.
Oh, in the store?
Was like that. Yeah, I forgot it was like that. Like
and
or whatever.
You know, PC31 in the UK, Portsmouth. You know, that's from Maxwell's Silver Hammer, by the way. If you don't know where Mike got his handle from the Beatles song, but he turned me on to Stranglers. I knew a little bit about them, but I'd never dived into any of their material. And Gang of Four. So thank you, Mike, for Stranglers and Gang of Four.
The Stranglers are from England?
Yeah.
I've always thought, are there two different? I thought they were from Australia.
You know,
is there a different band than
I think there's another Stranglers.
That's what I'm thinking of then.
Right, but this is the Stranglers.
Oh, okay.
This is just a great.
What year is that from?
This is from, this particular is from 78, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
And this is nice to have because I have three other Stranglers records on vinyl right now. Really enjoying this band and Gang of Four.
Yeah, I have one Gang of Four CD. What's the Entertainment? Is that what I'm thinking?
Right.
Of? That's the one I have. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I think the version I got maybe has like an EP like added onto it as like a bonus or something. But they're good. They're a band like I've had that CD for a while and I listened to it a bit, but I feel like I haven't like really like really spent the time like listening to it, and I don't know have any of their other stuff.
Well, the big thing for us, you know, American guys, I mean, we didn't really have the Stranglers, we didn't have Gang of Four that much. You really had to be in the know, maybe work at a record store or be in the business to really know those two bands. We had a lot of other bands that were churned out to us commercially. So it's really great to discover this stuff, and you know the channels from the UK really help out a lot.
1989, we got Flesh for Lulu and their album Plastic Fantastic. Now I'm familiar with Flesh for Lulu. I think I have one or two of their albums, but I'm not familiar with this one at all. You were pointing out they're on Beggar's Banquet, but they're also John Hughes' record label. And John Hughes, he started like a record label in the late 80s because he was putting out all those soundtracks to his movies. And so I guess he, you know, I know that they're on one of those soundtracks, but so I guess he just decided to sign them to his label, but I don't think his label was around all that long. But this, I'm not familiar. I feel like the title is somewhat familiar, so I feel like I know of this album, or I feel like I'm gonna like listen to this and I'm gonna be like, oh, all right, you'll hear that one song and be like, oh yeah, all right, that's what this is.
Most likely on one of his soundtracks.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
I don't know.
Maybe it's possible that one of these tunes was on one of his soundtracks, but none of the titles are jumping out at me. But like I said, I have a funny feeling I'll put this in, and sooner or later I'll get to that one song and be like, okay, I remember this.
I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, but
Looks
should be
interesting.
interesting. Yeah, I mean it's always kind of fun. That's on this weird like
19...
yellowish 89.
89.
It's on like a yellowish jewel box.
Good year for music.
Yeah, so that's Flesh.
89.
Take it back.
Yeah.
Take it back.
A good band, great band, let's put it that way, and that's Motorhead. This is Ace of Spades. I have this on CD, of course I do, but when I saw this in the store, this was $15, just great to have. One of my favorites, you know, the Hammer's on here, Ace of Spades. Love Me Like a Reptile, I Shoot You in the Back, Live to Win. This is just awesome. This should be on black vinyl and has the great Motorhead label on the center. Good to have it. Jailbait, Fire, Dance, Bite the Bullet. This is going to be fun. I'm going to spin this.
I like that tune. It's funny because I told you recently I picked up a best of CD by them. And Ace of Spades obviously is on there, but that song Dance is like a song that I had like listed, just a song that I liked. Yeah. It's not on the best of, which kind of bummed me out. But I do like that song. I think the very first time I ever heard of Motorhead or heard Motorhead was back in like the late 80s, 87. They were on an episode of The Young Ones. Are you familiar with The Young Ones, the TV show? They were a musical guest on there. That was the first time I ever heard, and they played Ace of Spades on there. Yeah. And that was the first time I ever heard them. And I've never owned anything by them until just recently when I picked up that best of. But because I wanted to get that album because of Ace of Spades and Dance.
Right.
but like I saw that best of in the Goodwill for $1. I mean, I couldn't
Oh yeah,
pass that
absolutely.
up. But I was bummed that song wasn't on that record because that was like the one of the tunes I wanted.
Such a great record.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's
about
pickup.
the same time I discovered Motorhead.
Back then. Yeah.
Yeah, right around then.
Yeah. Well, he was it. What Lemmy was in Marilli?
Hawkwind.
Or Hawkwind. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Hawkwind.
Because they used to mention Hawkwind on the young ones all the time. Like
Really?
the hippie guy used to be like Hawkwind or whatever. But and I never knew that until recently that he was from that band or whatever. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. 1981, we got Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Hard Promises. Now, the thing about this record is this is the first Tom Petty record I ever owned. I owned it on cassette back in 81 when it came out because I saw the video for The Waiting. And I love that song, still love it. I bought it on cassette back then and then picked up the CD when I got into CDs. So I have this on CD already, but mine's like the earlier version. This is like a later version that came out in 2001. So maybe it sounds a little bit better, but it certainly has better liner notes.
It's a great album.
Yeah, I love this. When I bought this on cassette, I would listen, because this is back when I got this on cassette, it's when I was really first getting into music. So I had like maybe 2 or 3 cassettes. So I would listen to this like nonstop. Like my lawn would take like an hour to mow, and I would just put this on and listen to the whole damn thing. But
pretty much me too.
Yeah.
I mean, listening incessantly to this album.
Yeah, but
in the car, very loud.
I'm going to tell you a story. I've told this on here before, but nobody watches this stuff, so nobody will remember. But I'm going to tell you this. Back in 81, or it might have been 82, I went to a party, and my friends were like, hey, everybody, like, bring some music to play at this party.
Yeah. And
so I brought a couple of cassettes, and I brought this cassette with me, and it was there, like, next to the boombox or whatever, and this is 82 probably, and somebody, I swear to God, like, and all these people listen to, like, rock music. They probably all listen to Led Zeppelin and all this stuff, and somebody was like, who the hell brought Tom Petty? Like, all, like, angry that brought Tom Petty.
Was this in Jersey or L.A.?
New Jersey.
Ah, okay.
And because, I don't know if you remember, but in like 82 or 81 or whatever, like Tom Petty, they were kind of considered like a new wave act.
Right.
And so like, I was all like, Jesus, you know, but it cracks me up because I'm like, I know damn well that the people who at that party were like, who the hell brought Tom Petty? I can assure you, they all love Tom Petty 2 years later or whatever,
Absolutely.
you know, like, cause he's like classic rock act, you know? So it always cracks me up whenever I think of this album because I always think of that happening. But I love this. The Waiting, I still love. A Woman in Love, Night Watchman, King's Road. It's a great one. Now, here's the one thing. I found this in the dollar section. And the one thing I'm a little bummed out about that I see, and I understand, they put like an X on the booklet and on the CD to mark it as like, so they know it's like a dollar bin one. And I'm going to try to remove those. I'm not going to go crazy because I don't want to ruin them.
Here's a record from Sir Paul McCartney, and this is London Town. And I've never found a nice copy of this. I know you see them all over the place, but here it is in the shrink. And the vinyl was really sweet, so I'm just really pleased to have London Town. And that's all I can say about that. So
what's on this?
Have a look.
I have like I'm not that big into like Paul McCartney, all those guys, but like I have a best of. Mm-hmm. And what on here? What are the big
here?
Read
the tracks.
With a Little Luck.
With a Little Luck.
That one I know that.
Very soft
London
rock.
Town.
London Town. It's a bit of a quirky Paul McCartney record.
Where does this come out in the Wings like discography? Is this like right near where they're about to break up or split up or whatever? Do you know?
Check out the year right there.
78.
I don't want to misquote it.
78, right?
78.
When did they split up? Do you know?
Wings?
Yeah.
That might have been this might have been the last Wings record.
Oh yeah.
I think so, possibly.
That's nice, man.
But yeah, London Town. I have a lot of Paul McCartney right over here. All of that is Paul McCartney, and my Beatles over here. Nice. So I'm glad to have it.
That's cool. Nice.
Yeah, I've been stocking up on Paul McCartney and George Harrison records lately.
Nice.
Really great.
1999, we got Mike Ness from Social D and his solo record, Cheating at Solitaire. Which I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking that title refers, I think these are all covers. I think. I think it's
I
not sure.
remember when that was released in a big single.
Don't Think Twice
The
was a
Dylan-
Bob Dylan
the
tune.
Dylan cover.
That's why I'm feeling these might be all. Oh, but one of the tunes is called Cheating at Solitaire. See, I always thought Cheating at Solitaire was in reference to like Solitaire. I'm doing a solo album, but I'm cheating at it because I'm just going to do covers. I'm not going to write new songs.
Right.
That's what I always thought it was about, and maybe I'm completely wrong.
I'm not sure. The only thing I have from
Here.
this is a single on CD.
Of Don't Think
I have
Twice.
just a single of Don't Think Twice. I don't have the album, so this is new to me. This is cool.
Yeah, that's the only tune. Like I have that song digitally and have for a long, long time. And I think even for a while, I didn't even know that was a cover. I thought that was like an original. I thought it was awesome. But
Now you've probably seen Social D, right?
I've seen Social D a bunch of times. I've seen Mike Ness solo. I actually have tickets. I had tickets this past summer, to go see Social D, but they had to cancel the whole tour because he got sick. I think he had cancer, and he's still kind of healing from all that. I think sounds like he's doing all right.
Oh, that's
but
good.
they haven't like rescheduled the tour or anything, obviously. I don't know when that's going to happen, but luckily he's okay and sounds like he's going to be all right. But I'm really interested to hear this because like you said, Don't Think Twice is the only tune from this that I know. So it'll be interesting to hear all these, and that's such a awesome. I mean, he's
Absolutely.
great, man. His voice is
fantastic.
Like, yeah. I don't, I mean, he's just got like that's such a. I hate using the word like iconic, but his voice is like
Right.
one of those things like you
Dirty,
can't-
raspy.
Yeah, it's like you can't mistake it for anybody else. Yeah.
Good punk rock garagey vocals, man. Just
Yeah.
so good. So my last record, and this one eluded me forever. I don't even have this on CD. This is Eat to the Beat. This is Blondie. I paid $7 for this at Recycled Records. I'm just thrilled to have this record. And, there's Dreaming on here, The Hardest Part, Union City Blue, Shayla, Eat to the Beat, Die Young, Stay Pretty, Slow Motion, Atomic is on here. Atomic. This is just, and the vinyl's really nice and clean. I don't have it on cassette. There are just certain Blondie records that have just eluded me, and I saw this at the store, and I just went like this. So this
This is an awesome record.
This
I have
is a good record.
Yeah, I have this on vinyl actually, but I have the CD too where they added a bunch of tracks. But yeah, this might be Parallel Lines, and this might be in my opinion, the two best Blondie records. And the interesting thing about this, like all those tunes you just mentioned, Dreaming, I love, Union City Blue, Die Young, Stay Pretty is awesome, Atomic, Living in the Real World's really good. The funny thing about this, or the interesting thing about this, is that when they put this out, and this was kind of pretty unusual, it's still kind of unusual, but especially unusual back then, is they put out like a quote-unquote like video album. They made videos for every song on this album. They released it on like VHS back then, and somebody like digitized and put it up on Vimeo so you could sit and watch it. But yeah, they were, I can't say they were one of the first, but I think they were like one of the first to do something like that, to make a video for like literally every song here has a video. And
well, they were just so huge.
Yeah. And I mean, and Image they were all about Image and everything too. So it kind of makes sense that they would do that. I mean, you're using Debbie Harry. Yeah. I mean, but this album is just insane, man. This is great. I saw them live.
So glad to have this record.
Yeah, this is in great condition too.
Give me that.
I know. I'm like putting my fingerprints on. Thank God I just ate tacos.
It's
and everything.
mine.
Yeah, I got my taco prints all over it. But I saw them live. It's over 10 years ago, like maybe closing in on like 20 years ago. But they were still great, man. They were just still put on a great show. I mean, I think they're still out there live now, but like I think even Chris Stein's not touring with them anymore. Like I think he's had some health problems himself and can't really tour anymore, which is unfortunate. But yeah, great band. But great band and great store, Recycled Records in Reno, Nevada. JT, I appreciate you bringing me over there. And
thanks for coming up from LA.
Yeah, man, this is really
all the way
been
from
fun.
New Jersey.
Yeah, this has really been a blast, and I'm glad we got to hang out and go to the store. It's always fun to hit up these record stores with some other fellow friends, collectors, to kind of like dig around and
absolutely
going through all the stuff and get some inside info. But yeah, and thank you for allowing me into the record room. I know usually you charge for this. So.
Yeah.
And thanks for knocking my tooth out. But yeah, by all means, if you're ever in the Reno area, look up JT, and obviously there's a link below. I'm sure you all know him, but I'll put a link below to his channel so you can check out his videos. And if you're in the area, go to Recycled Records and tell them JT sent you, and they'll give you a huge discount. No, they won't. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you another time later on.